Hey there, South Mississippi. Chief Meteorologist Eric Jeansonne here. We're going to do a quick weather update for tonight. Certainly some much needed rain across a large portion of South Mississippi. Things have been very dry for the month of October and for the month of November, but things have at least switched a little bit of a switch there as we've gone into more of a wetter pattern, at least over the last couple of days. So let's take a look at the radar. We are watching some heavy thunderstorms just off the coast of Jackson County. It looks like those are going to head over into Alabama. And we're seeing some heavier thunderstorms now lifting out of Pearl River and Stone counties. Those are heading into the Pine Belt. And the front overall is still just to our west. So for the most part, most of the shower and thunderstorm activity kind of tapering off, but we're going to keep that opportunity for off and on showers through at least midnight tonight. The severe weather risk is fairly low over the next couple of hours or so, but we can't rule out an isolated stronger storm. A little bit closer look at some of the rainfall totals estimated by radar. We've seen some pretty decent totals, especially over towards Stone County, Pearl River County. Radar estimates anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain, while areas further east into George County and Jackson County and southeastern Harrison County maybe not picking up as much. A little bit closer look at the radar, still some downpours over to Pearl River and Stone County. It looks like Hancock and Harrison County not seeing as much activity, some light showers around Gulfport and Biloxi and around Woolmarket, and some additional showers over towards Pascagoula and Moss Point. Those, even around Goche and Ocean Springs, those have kind of fizzled out in the last 15 to 20 minutes or so. So looking at Futurecast, the front will gradually make its way through, and until the front passes through, our rain chances are going to stick around. It's not likely going to be until close to midnight that the rain chances pretty much clear the entire area, but for areas west of Highway 49, it looks like after about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, rain chances will finally begin to taper off, and by tomorrow, cooler, drier air will start to move on in across the region. So looking outside now in the Hancock Whitney Bank Tower Cam in Gulfport, 76 degrees. It is quite breezy. A southeast wind sustained at 18 miles per hour. Winds have been gusting close to 30 miles per hour in the past hour around Bay Waveland Yacht Club, sustained at 24. Gust at Pettyboy Island of 29 miles per hour. Because of those persistent onshore winds, there is a coastal flood advisory in effect for Hancock County. That means our tides are going to be running anywhere from 1 to 3 feet above normal, and we are heading into high tide, which is around 9:07 tonight in Hancock County, so just be aware of that. As far as the flooding goes, it's mainly due to the wind, has nothing to do with the rainfall, and it's going to be those low-lying areas that typically flood when we have a strong onshore wind that's persistent. A wider view of the showers and storms and the front that is making its way into Mississippi now. Overnight tonight, it sweeps on through cooler, drier air and breezy conditions. North winds tomorrow, 10 to 20 miles per hour, maybe some gust over 25, and those winds will be gustier. Out over the water, there are small craft advisories in effect for the sound and offshore. The cooler air will lag a little bit. It won't be until the morning that we see our temperatures fall into the 60s, but by the afternoon, our highs generally staying in the 70s, and that's still above normal. Our high temperatures this time of the year should be in the lower 70s, will likely top out into the upper 70s. A little bit closer look at Futurecast tomorrow morning, starting out in the 60s. By lunchtime, many areas in the 70s, but notice by Friday morning, many of us falling down into the upper 40s, so it will be nice and cool, very fall-like, feeling much more like November by Friday morning compared to what we've seen over the last several days. Things certainly have been not feeling like fall here in South Mississippi. Quick update on the tropics. We are tracking now potential tropical cyclone number 19. And it has, or most likely will become, Sarah in the next 12 to 24 hours. But look at the latest forecast track. Notice it doesn't move much over the next 5 days. By Monday, somewhere around the Western Caribbean, perhaps near the Yucatan Peninsula, depending on its track. If it stays over land, more of a weaker storm, but if it stays out over the water, it's not out of the question that this could become a hurricane. It's looking pretty healthy tonight on satellite. And looking at Futurecast, notice as we go throughout Thursday and Friday into Saturday, a slow-moving system kind of meandering in the Western Caribbean. Again, not out of the question this becomes a hurricane. As far as the concern level for South Mississippi, concern level is very low, as this most likely will hang out of the Caribbean and maybe curve north. If it does impact the U.S., perhaps the southern end of Florida. Plenty of time to monitor that though. 7-day forecast, it looks like this again. Tomorrow, much cooler, more fall-like, more November-like for the next few days. But next week, it looks like we see another warming trend.